And welcome back to Who Will Win. Today's Who Will Win comes to us from Johnny Cage, who asked the question, who in a fight? Knull, the creator and deity of symbiote, the symbiote god, if you will, versus Necron, the living aspect of death, and basically the one who basically created the Black Lantern Corps, the Black Light of Death. So these are two very interesting characters. So Knull is a being that existed prior to the seventh iteration of the universe in Marvel that we know it, because obviously the universe goes through a cycle of creation, destruction, destruction. He has a divine physiology, he has a primordial god. His superhuman strength and durability exceed most normal Marvel individuals. He is insanely hard to put down, and cannot be killed in the general way. He is immortal, as it's basically called. Basically, because he existed prior to the existence of the universe. He can be injured to the point of incapacitation, though, after being impaled through the head and falling from space to the surface of the planet. It required centuries to fully heal from the injury. Even after his body is completely disintegrated by Eddie Brock using the God-Eli's power, Knull attempted to take over Dylan Brock before being foiled by Eddie, seemingly destroyed once and for all. Despite this, however, he cannot truly die. However, it's unlikely we'll see him again, as he is an avatar of Oblivion. So yes, that was in the he was one of the next big Marvel bad guys in the comics. Like, you've always got Thanos and Galactus rolling around, but he was doing some serious shit. Dark energy manipulation. He controls basically able to create, control, manipulate a font of eldritch darkness, a manifestation of the primordial void itself that existed before the existence of the universe. He calls this the living abyss. Basically, this is how he made the symbiotes. He's got weakness, though, to light, remote piloting, which is weird. Noah's remote piloting, when he's remote piloting a symbiote, any damage caused to it is also inflicted on him, as seen when Thor blasts a hole through a symbiote's hand. Knull had manifested the attack to a Dylan Brock. He caused basically the same wound to appear on his hand, although until it regenerated. Hive mind infiltration. When a person with a metaphysical manifestation of a codex has freedom in Knull's hive mind, they can fight against the symbiotes under his control and cause him pain if not taken care of. And celestial connection. Most of Knull's overwhelming power is supplied through the all-black symbiote by the Headless Celestial, whose corpse he has used as a forge to create the Necron sword. But yes, this is a guy who bitch slapped a lot of the Marvel Universe around, bitch slapped Sentry around, ripped him apart when he ripped Carnage apart, because he remembered what happened to Carnage, took down Celestials for fun, and is overall a bad mother. Just a bad mother. Nekron is basically as it's put, the Lord of the Unliving and one of the most powerful forces in the universe, able to summon dead and serve him towards whatever ends he might see fit. He is basically DC's version of Lady Death, except he is a giant skeleton wielding a lantern in the shape of a scythe. So your differences. As such, he has a unique physiology. He draws strength from the infinite abyss of darkness that predates existence. He has basically immortality in the sense that he's not alive. As such, defeating him is extremely difficult. If defeated, he'll simply return to the land of the unliving. Necromancy can raise the dead. Dark lightning is the ability to fire bolts of lightning, a force called Dark Lightning, from his hands, powerful enough to hurt and even kill the Guardians of the Universe. Despite being immensely powerful, it is not unstoppable. Wonder Woman was able to block it with her bracelets. He can necromantic empowerment, reanimation. He has a fatal touch. The sustained touch of him can chill any mortal being to death through supernatural means. However, his power is basically, it holds one great weakness, cannot exist in this universe. In order to properly interact with the living, Necron requires a link between the new Earth and the land of the unliving, such as a tear in space-time, or a mortal link such as Black Hand. Yeah, so to ask who wins this fight, it's actually, in my mind, not that difficult of a question. Now, the Lantern Rings are some of the most powerful weapons in comics, really. Powerful devices, anyway. But when you're factoring a Lantern of Death against the guy who can't really die and is far above the means of any normal mortal in terms of supernatural resilience, things like his fatal touch Necron's fatal touch is not going to work. He does have reality warping powers, so reanimation, necromantic empowerment doesn't really matter. Dark lightning isn't going to hurt too much. So really, what does he have to go off of? Well, his unique physiology, immortality, and a reality warping, really. And obviously controlling the black light of death. So these two go head to head. You're going to see like planets shatter, cosmos being ripped asunder. If you could figure out some of the weaknesses, sure, but the problem is that black light really isn't a light that I think works to the advantage of Necron in a fight against Knull. So, unfortunately, they're going to be going back and forth. Sadly, the winner, I think, will be Knull. The fact that Knull can't die, really, at all. He can be put down, but it still takes a ton of damage to put him down. His durability is immense. His power is enough to... A Celestial could probably go toe-to-toe with a emotional embodiment. Emotional... I don't know what they're called exactly. The animal or being that is the one that's completely in control of the emotional spectrum. I know in, say, the Green Lantern case, it's a fish, or like a basking shark, sorry. And, like the orange car, it's a snake. The red one's a bull. The one for love is like a predatory animal of some kind. I don't remember that the blue one is. Nor do I actually no. I think the compassion one is like two twin fish. I know that Parallax is the one for the fear Lanticore. It's kind of like a weird insectoid thing. Yeah, the only one I can't really remember is for the blue Lanticore. Though I could find it if I wanted to. So yeah, I do believe Necron could the problem is they're also like light-based creatures, whereas Necron is very much not. So there is that catch. Necron would have more problems with them than he would Necron, quite frankly. The fact that Necron's light is black and really not a light per se is actually unfortunately a problem that Necron can't really deal with, because Knull feeds off darkness. He wants darkness. So yeah, ultimately I'm going with Knull in this fight. But that is just my opinion. What do you think about this fight? Let me know in the comments below. But thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And I will see you folks next time. Later.